start off your stretch, you're gonna start in a tall standing position. We're gonna walk an inchworm out, feet are hip width apart, into an downward dog. So hips are up in the air, feet are about hip width apart. You're gonna start pedaling the feet. So driving the opposite heel down towards the ground. The heel that's up, you'll be bending that knee. Make sure the hips are driven back, tailbone to the sky. Ears are pressed through the hands by the elbows, lengthening through that back and those hamstrings. Feeling a little stretch in the calves here and in the back of the ankles as we pedal those feet. Couple more per side. Good. We're going to take this into a half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So one knee comes down, opposite leg comes forward. You're going to lift those hands up towards the sky while pressing that back hip forward and through. Keep the chest lifted, reaching up overhead, extending through that back hip. Hold here a couple more seconds. Good. And switch sides. Opposite leg comes forward. Half kneeling position. Press that hip forward and through and reach the hands up towards the sky. Feeling that stretch in the back hip. Lengthening that hip flexor. Make sure you're breathing as you do this. One more nice deep breath. And sink it back. Next one we're going into is a child's pose. You're going to drive the hips back onto the heels while you reach those fingertips forward. Sinking the hips down and back, think about lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, let that chest fall a little bit deeper. If you need to, you can take the knees a little bit wider in this position to give yourself a little bit more room. And just reach those fingertips away. Couple nice deep breaths here. One more breath. Good. Now walk the hands over to the right side of the body. You're going to feel a deeper stretch up your left lat. Make sure in this position that you drive the left hip away from you. So you're feeling a little bit deeper through that left side as you reach towards the right, driving that hip away. Nice deep breath here. Great job. Walk the hands to the opposite side. Now reaching those hands to the left side of your body, feeling the stretch up your right lat. You're going to drive the right hip away from you, lengthening that stretch. Nice deep inhale, exhale here. As you exhale, think about sinking a little bit lower, keeping those hips driving back onto the heels. Great job. One more deep breath. Good. Now we're going to come into a quadruped position. So your hands are directly underneath your shoulders, knees are directly underneath the hips. We're going to thread the needle here. So take your right arm, reach it underneath the left, reaching those fingertips as far away as we can while we take that right shoulder to the ground, and your right ear relaxes onto the ground. Using your body weight to gently push that shoulder into the floor and lengthening and stretching through that shoulder. Nice deep breath here. Good. Now take your right hand to the ear. We're going to open the chest up towards the sky, elbow towards the sky. Make sure in this position your hips are square. You'll have a tendency to let that right hip lead and lean. Make sure you square it off. Take that left hip back directly over the knee. Opening that chest and thread the needle again. Right arm reaches all the way under the left, letting that right ear come towards the ground, keeping those hips square towards the ground. Nice deep breath and exhale. Good. Hand comes to ear. Open that elbow and chest up towards the sky while keeping those hips square. Nice little torso rotation. Good, one more time, reach that right hand under. Right ear comes towards the ground, lengthening through that shoulder one more time, squaring those hips off. And last time we open, hand to ear, opening that chest and elbow up towards the sky, keeping those hips nice and square. And relax, beautiful. Right hand comes towards the ground, comes onto the ground. Left hand reaches underneath the right. We're gonna thread the needle. Left ear comes towards the ground. Pressing that left shoulder through the floor, lengthening through that shoulder. Nice deep stretch. Good. And as you come up, you're taking that left hand to the ear, squaring off those hips so they're square towards the ground, opening that elbow up towards the sky. Nice deep breath here. And thread the needle. Left arm reaches underneath the right. Left shoulder to the ground, left ear to the ground. Square off those hips. Feel that stretch in the back and the hips. Good. And left hand comes back to the ear. Open that chest up towards the sky. Hips are squared towards the ground. Nice deep breath. Last one on this side. Left arm reaches, thread that needle. Nice deep breath in this position. Always breathing. Releasing those muscles. Try not to hold tension here. And left hand comes to the left ear. Pivot that elbow open, chest open. Square off those hips. Good, and relax. Left hand comes back down towards the ground. Now we're gonna turn our wrists the opposite direction. So our wrists will be facing out. Our fingertips are facing in towards the knees. You're just gonna sink back towards the heels, getting a nice stretch in the wrists here. Keeping those palms flat on the ground. Nice deep breath into this. And every time we exhale, we think about releasing and lengthening in our stretches. Couple more seconds here. Great job. We're going to come onto the stomach in our prone position. So on the stomach here, we're going to do a chest stretch. So you have two options. You can either keep the arms out straight, it's a little bit less intense, or you can bend the elbows and have them at shoulder height, a little bit more intense. Whichever one you need. Don't force yourself into a place of flexibility. Work to your range for that day. So I'm going to keep my left arm straight to start. My right hand is going to come in towards the shoulder. I'm going to take my right foot and cross it back over my left. So I'm pressing the front of my left shoulder in towards the ground. I'm going to push up using my right hand to deepen that stretch. Nice, good. Inhale, exhale here. Pressing that left shoulder into the ground while lifting with the right hand. Get a nice chest stretch here. Great job. We're going to flip to the other side. Right arm extends. Left hand comes by the shoulder. Cross the left foot back and over the right side. Press up through the left hand and drive the right shoulder through the ground. Feeling that nice length through the right pec into the front of that right shoulder. Inhale, exhale here. Good. We're going to repeat this again. Remember, you can intensify this stretch a little deeper by taking a bent elbow. So goalpost arms, our elbows are bent, hand is in line with the elbow in line with the shoulder. And we're going to rotate again. Right hand comes by the shoulder. Flip that right foot over the left, pressing up while driving the left side towards the ground. All of these stretches you should be breathing deeply through, thinking about releasing the body after the work you just did. One more nice deep breath. Good, and we're gonna pivot and rotate to the other side. Right hand comes up, we're in that goalpost position. Left hand comes by the shoulder. cross the left foot over the body onto the right side and press that left arm through the ground while pressing the shoulder down to lengthen on the right side. Good. Now we've got this one more time. Bring the body back to center. You're in that gold pose position. Now you can adjust this stretch a little bit more by just reaching those hands up about 10 to 15 degrees up away from you. And we're gonna do the same thing. Right hand comes back by the shoulder, right foot crosses over. You're gonna feel this deepen into the armpit a little bit with those hands reaching ahead of you now. Nice deep stretch. Remember not to overstretch. We're not forcing our body past any thresholds. We're only working to our current level of flexibility. And as we relax and release, we'll deepen into those stretches. Repetition is key here. And switch sides. Right hand now reaches up. Left hand by the left shoulder, pressing through the ground. Left foot is crossed back and over the right. Feeling that nice deep stretch in the front of the right chest and shoulder. One more nice deep breath here. Good. Come back to center. Relax for just a second. We're going to go into upward dog. So I'm going to take my hands underneath my shoulders. I'm going to tuck my toes, and I'm going to lift my torso up off the ground. You can keep thighs on the ground or off the ground, wherever you want to stay here. And just lift the chin towards the sky. Push the shoulders down the spine, lengthening through the front of the torso and into that core. Couple more nice deep breaths here. Again, keeping those shoulders down out of the ears. Good. And we're going to push this back into a downward dog, just like how we started. Feet are hip width apart, pressing those ears and torso through the hands, through the arms. Now start to pedal the feet, getting that stretch in the back of the ankles and the calves while driving the tailbone up towards the sky and lengthening through the spine. Give me a few more pedals here. Left heel on the ground, then switch right heel on the ground, bending those knees as you alternate, pressing through those hands, lengthening the spine. Great job. Now walk those hands back up towards the feet. You can bend the knees to come up standing. Give me a nice big inhale up. And exhale it down. We're gonna go two more. Inhale it up. And exhale it down. And last one, inhale it up. And exhale it down. Great job. Repeat this if you need to.